Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're playing Brotato again. It's the same game back to back. However, today I have actually had some time playing the game, getting more familiar with it, and I can tell you I have possibly found the most broken way to play the game, and I'm going to show you how. It's with this character, the Mutant. The Mutant, it has a plus 200 XP gain, which is alright, and every item costs 50% more. Looking at that, it doesn't sound that great. You, level up at 3 times the normal speed, but everything's more expensive. When you do level up, you get a free upgrade. So you can get like 3 upgrades in 1 level. So that's pretty nice, but eventually it does slow down. But that's not all that there is to this strategy, because you have some weapon options for the Mutant, and it has quite a few. But the one that we're going to be focusing on is the SMG. The SMG does 50% of your ranged damage total, and it has a base damage of 3. It does, however, shoot incredibly fast. And that is where our strategy begins. What we're going to do, we're going to do this on the highest difficulty I have access to, just so I can show you how broken this is. So starting off, you actually do still one-shot things with the SMG, which is quite nice. So it should be pretty easy to breeze through because we shoot so fast that we can just kind of farm up the XP. We're going to get as many of these materials as we can, because that's actually what gives us the levels. And you can see up here we got 3 levels from that and a free item. The free item is this elemental damage, which we don't actually need, so we'll just take the free materials. This is where our strategy begins, because obviously leveling up you get these options. The option we're interested in is ranged damage. You can get this in 1, 2, 3 and 4 variants, and each time you upgrade your ranged damage, it increases the base damage of the SMG by like 50%, I'm pretty sure it is, if I remember correctly. But that's still broken, so even this upgrade is going to help a ton. And then we just focus on that. We could go for some lifesteal because we're going to shoot so fast, but we're not worried about that just right now. Right now all we care about is ranged damage upgrades. And so that's what we're going to spend most of our money trying to get. There's another one. And there's another one. And then we still have some money left over to buy another SMG. And we're going to get as many of these SMGs as we can, because now we have a range damage amount of 3. And you can see we're doing 4 damage per shot. So pretty much every 2 range damage is 1 full damage for an SMG, which is actually very easy once you you take into consideration the fact that we have 200% XP. There's another SMG. I'm just going to re-roll until we can find what we want. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The only downside to this is the item price, which honestly doesn't really matter when you're leveling up, because the range damage increases kind of just make up for items anyway, because you're guaranteed to do more damage. Whereas with items, it's a gamble. So it's actually safer than playing normally. You can see we just got another level up, and the more things we kill, the more of these little green materials and pieces that we pick up, the more levels we're going to get. We just got another level. So now we have 2 more ranged damage upgrades to buy. We could go for this 8% damage, but I'm more interested in this. There we go. Plus 2 range damage, which is actually just plus 1 damage. Now our SMGs are doing 6 damage a shot. And you've seen how fast they shoot. Hopefully you can start to get the idea of how this is kind of broken. We also have this ranged damage lens here for only 41 credits, which is actually all right. And then there we go, there's another SMG as well. You can also find miniguns. That's a weapon that I've unlocked, which is actually better than the SMGs, but the SMGs are much more common. Especially, it feels like when you pick your starting weapon, you get more of that starting weapon. That seems to be the sort of trend that I notice. But yeah, you can see we're having no trouble here. Absolutely wiping through everything that comes our way. Leveling up 2 times per level now. So we've got another 2 levels. That's another range damage increase. Obviously, we're just going to take the first one we see. It doesn't really matter. There's no point in us sitting there trying to get like the best one possible. So we've been going for a while now. I'm actually going to get the probably max HP or maybe damage. I think 5% damage is still good. Sadly, we can't afford either of these. We could get a item reduction, but I don't know if it's that worth it, to be honest. I'll do one reroll just to see what we can get, and it's nothing too special, so we're just going to go in, and the ranged upgrades we've already got should still be able to carry us pretty well through. Another way that this build is absolutely busted is because of crit damage, right? The SMG has a 1% crit chance by default, which isn't good. But this thing shoots out so much that when you do start getting crit chance, it crits a lot. Especially when you take into consideration crit upgrades are usually like 2 or 3%. Once you get around 20%, you are pretty much critting everything if it's not dying in one shot anyway. We have a plus 12 max HP option here, but honestly, HP doesn't really make that much of a difference for this build because you can just get it to where you're killing everything so fast anyway. There's a range damage upgrade. There's another range damage upgrade. There's another SMG. There's another range damage. There's another SMG. And this one gives us attack speed but less damage, which attack speed isn't really that important when you've got this many SMGs like going around you anyway. You can see now we've got 4 of these SMGs, each dealing 8 damage per shot without crit. And that's one-shotting everything that appears at the minute. Like, we literally just walk through things. And because it's a ranged weapon, we don't even have to get close to the enemies for them to actually fully die off. And there you go. We got another 2 level upgrades for that and a free item, which gives us some more XP. Hell yeah, more levels, why not? Reroll this until we get a range damage. There we go, plus 3, that's nice. Reroll that again, plus 3 again. There we go, now we have 16 or plus 8. Currently rocking 12 damage for a level 1 SMG. We've got a level 2 SMG there, which we are going to get when we get the chance. We'll do a reroll. More crit chance, less damage. Honestly, that's not too bad. Crit chance is pretty handy to have, so I probably will grab that. We need like 150 to 160 to be able to afford both of those, so we'll just save our rerolls for that if we can. But just look at how ridiculous this is. Nothing can stop us. There's another 2 levels as well, and another item which could give us something good. This time it didn't. There's another plus 3 range damage. And I might try and get some lifesteal, because lifesteal is nice. And then we'll do a combination so that we can get another one of those. I'm going to lock that in because I do want that crit chance. But we will also do another reroll. 10% crit chance, minus 1 armor. If we can find anything that gives us plus 1 armor, then that is just 10% crit chance. And then you can see we have this crit chance, which only takes off range, but we've already built up some range anyway, so it doesn't matter. That just gives us crit chance and dodge. Really nice. And yeah, some big decent items sitting here. We just need to get enough to be able to afford them. Just absolutely steamrolling everything now. And now that we've got some of those blue SMGs, those are doing a little bit more damage. You can see that those are hitting for 16 every now and then. But not that that really matters anyway, because we're still one-shotting with the 13s. We got another item just at the last second there. The pumpkin, I'm not really sure how it works. It says plus 15 piercing damage, but I don't think I have a piercing weapon anyway, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. We'll take that. And there we go, there's more range damage. We've got 23 already, and we're on wave 8. Now our base SMGs are doing 15 damage, which is pretty insane. You can see that these big ones we're not actually one-shotting, but this is the reason why we picked the SMGs, because they have such a high fire rate. It really doesn't matter, because we're killing them usually before they can hit us anyway. Obviously, we've still got a little bit of work to do. Could probably do with getting a little more crit chance, which obviously that's what we've just been working towards doing, and you should notice that we are critting a lot more already. This one gives us plus 10 luck. We're going to take that. Luck is really nice to have. We're going to take this plus 1 armor because we've obviously got this to buy, which gives us minus 1 armor. And we might as well do a refresh or 2. More range damage, we'll take that. But yeah, you can see there's loads of enemies spawning around us and they are just falling. immediately. The more SMGs we get as well, obviously, the more damage we're going to do, and the faster we're going to shoot, the better. Pretty much just all around, we get a better experience with the more of those that we buy. So there's a lot to think about, really. You got to think about what you want to... You just got to make the right decisions. Make sure that you're paying attention, figuring out what needs to be upgraded and where. We can see that there's getting a lot more enemies now. We are still wiping them out. These big ones are still an issue, but honestly, I think that should not be an issue for very long once we have a bit more crit chance. And once we have just increased a little bit, we could maybe do with some more dodge, some more armor or something, but overall, not too bad. Gain more materials from recycling items. We're not going to be doing any recycling items. However, we might do, actually, come to think of it, in these item boxes. So I think I will take that. 35% more on all of the ones that I choose to recycle. Small magazine, +2 range damage, nice. Plus 10% attack speed, nice. And plus minus 10% damage, which normally would be bad, but doesn't really matter considering we can probably just end up getting that back. You can see there's a +5 there. Plus 20% luck could be nice. Luck gives you better upgrades, so I think we'll take that. 10% plus more luck. We're getting a lot of luck. We kind of want to get that. We want to get that damage up again. I think for now we will combine these and buy this SMG. Struggling to really find anything valuable, although in saying that we did just find 2 SMGs, so we might as well buy that. You can already see, like, wave 10, we're halfway through, we're not even taking damage. Oh, minus 6% item price. We're still not really struggling in the damage department. Maybe a little on these, like, bone things, but not too much to where I'm concerned. And we're just gonna be dealing more and more damage as we get new SMGs and we upgrade them anyway, so not too scared about that. Also, these crits coming in now. You hear those little chime noises? That's what every time we crit. So yeah, this is a really insane strategy because no matter like where you are in the game, no matter what difficulty you're on, you don't really seem to ever have an issue. Okay, it's the next day now. We're back and we are ready. So first of all, we're running back in here. We're gonna get some more kills. Refamiliarize myself with the run. I mean, we're still doing pretty good, honestly, just kind of one-shotting everything that appears. I still kind of want more damage because things are dying, but I want them to die faster. Like those big guys, they're still surviving, which means, well, surviving more than one bullet, which kind of means that the boss probably isn't going to die very, very fast. And I want the boss to die very, very fast. I think we do want to start stacking the actual damage percent now, to be honest. Oh, wait, plus 2% attack speed for every 1% dodge you have. So we would get 22% more attack speed. That's kind of insane. Now our range damage is so high to where the percentage increase is probably worth it now. Like, we need to get 2 ranged upgrades to get 1 extra damage. Or we could just increase our damage percent and it's like 10% more of like 30 damage, let's say. It's an extra 3 damage, so it probably ends up being more worth it just getting the actual damage percent now. Like, I'm confident that we could just beat the boss now, but I don't just want to beat the boss. I want to mop the floor with the boss. We will take the SMG, but we're going to get another red one first. Some of these are quite fast. These, like, red ones, they're pretty fast, but it doesn't really matter because of just the sheer amount of firepower we have anyway. I just love how things spawn and then before they can even figure out what life is, they're gone. Oh, we actually took a bit of damage that time. 6% more damage? Yep. 16% more damage? Yep. We're doing much more damage now. Much more damage. That's the first time I've ever seen 100 damage in this game. So let's see how difficult this boss is. On the highest difficulty that I have access to, remember. There's the boss. It's trying. And the boss is dead. There you go. And I've now unlocked some new stuff. Danger 4, which is just harder again. Saver character, which gives us more damage for every 30 material you have. And you start with a pigment. That could be interesting. And Masochist, which has more damage when you take damage. If you guys enjoy, please do leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Press the bell button if you are subscribed. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.